Hello, this is Conor Cleland's Section 1, Football. I will be discussing the tactics, skills and techniques involved with football. Firstly, I'm starting off with a simple pass at a short distance. As you can see, I've made things easy for myself by having a good touch and good rotation and follow through within my touch and my pass. As you can see, my passes are inconsistent with how hard or how soft I am passing to my target, and this has caused him to have sloppy touches. The second skill is a long ball, and as you can see, due to my hips being too tight and squared off, I've over-rotated on my hips and this has swung the ball wide. The third skill is a penalty. As you can see, due to me practicing this before, I have been able to be able to do it. Fourthly, this is a random shot. Normally you would be participating on these within a game situation. As you can see, within a game, we've done passing, and this was linked to the skills and techniques that we learned earlier. A tactic that we employed within our game is, rather than taking long free kicks, we decided to play our free kicks short and to wingers, such as Angus, who played at right back, and I drew the man and the defender off the left, and Angus took the ball and took a cross into the box. Another technique that we found is that when we drove down the centre of the play and had shots on target, the defenders would not press, so we tended to implement this more, and rather than go down the wings, we'd go through the centres. Defensively, a tactic we both employed is that me and Angus would pick a man each and man mark. As you can see, the man on the white breaks and he's my man, so I go in for the tackle. We tended to find out that the team had catched on to the fact that we were going through the centres, so what we decided to do was go back down the wings. As you can see, we did this multiple times and it got us yardage multiple times. We found that our wingers were really good at passing the ball into space, although sometimes heavy passes led us to have to go back on the defensive again. As you can see, this is one of our wingers breaking through the line and having a shot on target. I headed the ball back into space because I knew that Jack was a centre midfielder who could shoot. We decided that we were 2-0 up, so we wanted to make a defensive substitution. Me and Shantanu were playing up front, and we both decided that we'd press high as strikers to put pressure on the centre-backs to either play the ball or move into space for our centre midfielders or right-backs to tackle. As you can see, Mr. Walby's made a pass. This is the goal that we scored during our game. As you can see, we've passed it out to the wide again and played high over the top through balls to allow our wingers and strikers, who had more pace than our team, to get in behind and score the goal. As you can see, this is a through ball that gets cut out and then rebounded to one of our wingers, and I realised that I was out of position, so I moved in and tackled. Section 2, I'll be focusing on the skills, techniques and tactics involved with rugby. So as you can see, this is just a simple pass between two participants. I'm on the left, and as you can see from the skills, I have good rotation on the ball, but due to the fact that I have not judged the distance correctly, my passes are ever so slightly too low. I want to be aiming to hit the chest rather than slightly below his waist. And this is it in full speed. As you can see, my hand is rotating over the top of the ball and I am passing the ball correctly, although I'm just not following through correctly. This is the next skill, is my sidestep. As you can see, I've ran at an angle towards the player and I've changed direction off my lead left leg and I've skipped past the defender. And this is it in full speed. In a game situation, this is me breaking. I'm the number 9 in the dark blue. As you can see, I've ran at an angle and I've stepped out towards the right and I've broken and gone on the outside to run past the defender and to score the try. Apologies for the celebration. This is a tackle. As you can see, when the player runs towards me, you dip your shoulder and you wrap the legs and take down. Once the player is down within rugby union, you can then go and press to make the ball and go for a ruck to try and receive the ball again. Only the player that tackled can make the ruck and retrieve the ball. This is the kick. This is my kicking skill. As you can see, due to the fact that my hips have been too squared, my hips have had to rotate in order to kick the ball correctly. This has caused the ball to go further to the left than I had anticipated, and unfortunately did not hit the target. Passing from the ruck is something that as a scrum half you have to do a lot within a game. As you can see that I've gotten quite low and I'm on my lead leg and the ball's gone out quite wide. I do want to focus on being able to pass the ball a lot quicker and not have to take that second step.